The time has finally come and I get to spend my first week alone, away from everybody and everything, just me, myself, and I in this van. I chose Sedona because it isn't very far and there's something magical here. The vibes and the nature here are just beautiful, and I thought it would be the perfect place to reset both mentally and spiritually. Today I'm just going to share a little bit of footage from that trip, some of the good things and the most difficult parts. I recently shared a tour of my van, so to watch that, click the card on the screen or check the description box. So I am going to the galleries and the little shops for tourists. It's really close to the RV park. It's a beautiful bridge. That's a walkway over. There's a creek down in there. It's just really pretty. It's not as hot here as it is down in Phoenix where I live, but if you're in direct sunlight, it is pretty intense. So thankfully, that was a fairly short walk. I have arrived at Til I Hear'em. It's a whole village of artisan gift shops. There's lots of handmade things and unique items. As a creative person, just walking around here and going in and out of the gift shops is pure inspiration for me. Unfortunately, most of the shops weren't open yet because they had changed their hours because of the pandemic. So I'm just walking around a little bit, but I decided to leave and come back at a later time. So I headed back to the RV park and picked up my van and drove up the hill to the Hudson. And this is a restaurant that I like to eat at when I come here. They have a dish that I really love. I'm just waiting for them to open, and there's just views no matter where you park. And this is a red rock behind me. It looks brown, but it's really this beautiful red color. I'm just amazed at how you can be anywhere in this city and have a beautiful view. If my bread looks a little bit strange, it's because it is. I can't eat yeast or grains on a regular basis, so I have to make my own bread. So let's go ahead and address these crickets in the background. At first, when I got to the campsite, the sound of them was so jarring. But it didn't take long for me to get used to them, and after a while it just felt like white noise or background noise, and it was actually kind of comforting. I'm telling you, desert sunsets are breathtakingly beautiful. It feels good to just be enjoying my dinner in nature and watching the sun slowly fade away behind the trees. Originally, perfect weather was in the forecast, but that was overshadowed unexpectedly with a heat wave, and it made it unbearable to be outside. And instead of being able to go on the trails, the most I was able to do was go to the trail entries and some lookout points and get video clips and a few pictures. So things have taken a turn, and I'm really starting to struggle both physically and mentally with the heat. I knew I didn't have an air conditioner, and I was still in the process of researching the kind I wanted to get. So I tried to plan the trip at a time that it would not be piping hot and that the weather would be nice. Right near the time of the trip, the temperature forecast shot up and the most I could do was grab some extra fans. I chose to carry on with the trip because I had made the preparations with my kids and I thought I would be able to handle it.
Okay, it's hot. I'm trying not to move. It's 93 degrees inside the van. It's bad. I've got my fans going. I wanted to work on videos today and my camera is just not cooperating. I also left the adapter to connect my SD card into my computer, but the camera won't act right and neither will the Wi-Fi, so I guess I'm supposed to be not working. I don't know. I kind of don't have the mind to do anything. I want to work in one aspect, but then I kind of don't have the mind, especially when it's this hot.
I was strongly considering getting a hotel, but what I decided to do was, when the heat got to its highest point, to just get up and go to the gift shops or to a public building where I could at least be inside an air-conditioned space.
We're out for round 2. I'm at a different set of shops. This one I am somewhat familiar with because I have been here before. Ooh, it's hot.
I'm really introverted, so I get a kick out of people watching, and there's nowhere in this city that you can go and not have a good view. I found myself eating lunch at the shops and hanging out there during the hottest parts of the day, and then as the evening came, going back to the campsite and hanging out in my van and having my dinner there.
I went to this really unique shop. I really had a hard time. It took me probably an hour to pick out. This is really unique. It's a little flashy, but it's a thong bracelet. And this stuff was so well priced. This ring was like $4. It's beads though. It's very intricate. And this goes together. And I got my daughter one, almost identical. I had also been wanting like a hobo bag, but I like print stuff with colors. And I know this may not be some people's style, but I'm gonna go for that. I already do, honestly, that hippie look, just that boho hippie, laid back with an air of polished. But I got several little bags from that place. Everything was so amazingly priced. The shops overall there were kind of expensive, but that one store, I like this one. My phone fits in here barely. It's not matchy-matchy, but the prints are similar and you can just kind of combine them. And it's so busy that it's not busy when you put it together. Like, I got this to go with this, and if I want, or if I just want to carry this alone, but I can hook that to that, or I can put it inside. But I think they're really cute. Today I left my bed up for the first time. I just wanted to see what it felt like, not to put it up and take it down. And also kind of didn't want to put it up or take it down, so I didn't. I do like having the dinette and the table situation because psychologically, having a bed out makes me want to lay down in the bed when there's no other place to sit. I guess I could sit in the front seats, but I don't have chairs that swivel around, so it feels a little awkward to do that, but I really like having the dinette set. I definitely want to change a few things about how I put it up and take it down to make it more efficient and more convenient. And I've already to some degree have done that. Like, instead of storing my linens under the bench seat, like I put them in here, and I think I'm gonna try to put my blanket in one of those large pink pillows, and just little things to where I don't have to go underneath the bench, because that makes it more tedious. The other thing I'm probably going to do is go ahead and turn this back section into the U shape that I had originally planned, but it will be removable, so that if I'm using my van and I'm not taking a trip where I have to be asleep, or if I just want that walkway from the front to the back, then I'll have it. But also with the U shape, if I want to just take a nap or sleep even, and I don't want to have the full bed out and go through that process, then I'm small enough to where I can fit on the U part from front to back. That means I'll have to probably build one more cushion, but that's okay, because I have a little bit of extra fabric and I have extra foam as well, so I'll be able to do it. The real reason I came on this trip was that, I wanted to take a trip in my van and see what it's like to use it, to experience this lifestyle. But greater than that, I needed some time to think and plan and reset my life. I just feel a shift in my life, and I have been for a while, and I have started making the necessary changes for things that I need to let go of, or things that were a past season for me. And I feel like I'm walking into a new season. It's very exciting, but it's a bit scary too, because the things that I have done over the years, I've done them for so long that it's been hard for me to break the habit of doing them. Also, my kids. I've been a mom for 13 years. The way my life worked out with my husband's career, and I'm not blaming him, I kind of lost track of mine between him and the kids. And at home, there are so many distractions, there are so many responsibilities, and I just didn't feel like I was getting back on track at home with them. I've also been to therapy as a couple and as an individual, and I'm just really trying, and it's been hard to get going. The trip so far has been really great. It's been very eye-opening. There's so many things I've realized about, this space, but also about myself.
Although the heat did put a huge damper on this trip, and I didn't get to do everything the way I intended, I still feel like I got a lot accomplished, especially with the inner work that I needed to do and the time alone to reset and just be with my own thoughts. My eyes and my heart were open to learning, and I learned so much about myself and living in this tiny space. The simplicity that this lifestyle brings is undeniable for me, and it also makes me realize that I can live with so much less. I really don't need a lot of material things to make it, and I severely overpacked for this trip. Another thing I really wanted to do on this trip was to test this van out and see what I needed to tweak. There are little things here and there that I realized that could be a little bit better, and some of the things I already have made adjustments to, and that may be evident in the van tour video that I just shared. However, I do still have a list of projects that I am working on as far as tweaking this van and making it better, and I'll be sharing some of that in an upcoming video. I am so grateful for this trip. It was healing, it was therapeutic, and it was priceless. And I am really looking forward to the next opportunity that I get to do something like this.